Hey, funny ears. Are dog parks a good idea for your dog? Today, that's what Sawyer, the 4-month-old French Bulldog, and I are going to be discussing. Click thumbs up for our awesome Patreon supporters because today's episode is brought to you by them. Without you, the dog training revolution would not be the same. I'll have a link in the description if you want to join. I understand that there's a lot of dog training books out there to choose from, but there aren't many that have a 4.7 star rating on Amazon. I'm so humbled that the dog training revolution has been so well received. I'll have a link in the description if you guys want to check it out. Dog parks can be great for some dogs. However, you don't want to just assume that your dog is going to do really well at a dog park or that other dogs are just going to love your dog. That said, it doesn't mean you should avoid them entirely for all dogs, but there are some things that you'll want to keep in mind before regularly committing to bringing your dog to a dog park. First, don't just show up and hope for the best. Dogs are incredibly social animals and they're very complex, and we can't possibly know how they're going to react in every situation. And socialization is extremely important for dogs, but a dog park may not be the best place to socialize your dog. Let me explain. The reason a dog park can be a stressful place for many dogs is that very often at the dog park, lots of the dogs are under-exercised, and this is the #1 cause for aggressive outbursts in my experience. It's also possible that your dog might become nervous or anxious for one reason or another, but this doesn't necessarily mean that they have a strong dislike of dogs. They may just feel a little overwhelmed in a crowded dog park. As counterintuitive as it seems, if you have an energetic or a mildly anxious dog, exercise them thoroughly before going to the dog park. That's because an exercised dog is more likely to behave appropriately in new and stimulating situations. While it might seem natural to take your dog to the dog park for exercise, understand that a dog's primary exercise should be with you as their primary person. I mean, dogs were primarily created to do activities with people, and this seems to satisfy them most. Nothing accomplishes this better or more efficiently than a game of fetch or a long walk with most dogs. Before you even consider frequenting a dog park, you'll want to make sure that you introduce your pup to other dogs in more low-key situations first. See, early socialization should be done methodically and in controlled settings. When socializing your dog, start with a friend or a neighbor's dog and always confirm that their dog loves other dogs before allowing the two to interact. Now, if you or they feel hesitant for any reason at all, just skip this particular socialization session and save it for another time. Once you're reasonably sure that your dog is generally good with other dogs, start small and go to the dog park during off-peak hours. Try to make sure that your dog is playing in small groups of no more than 3 or 4 dogs at a time, and don't let your guard down. It's best to supervise and prevent altercations before they happen. If you're uncomfortable for any reason at all, intervene and remove your dog from the group. Some cities have public dog parks and others have member dog parks. Now, one of the perks to a member dog park is that they often require vaccinations to be verified and the dogs need to be spayed and neutered, which is great because a female dog in heat at a dog park, well, that can cause lots of issues. A good alternative to dog parks is to find a local dog group or a club and schedule get-togethers. Also, check out your local community message boards too. They can be a great way to meet other dog lovers in your community. Bottom line, get to know the dogs you want your dog to play with first. Today, this video was brought to you by our amazing contributors and supporters on Patreon. If you'd like to see more videos like this with less advertising, consider contributing to our Patreon campaign. I'll have a link in the description. That money goes a long way to helping future content. Click thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and pick up a copy of my book, Dog Training Revolution. See you guys in the next video.
If you want to know how you can help support these videos, I made a video about it. Check it out. My last video got your attention and many of you had a lot to say about pit bulls. If you want tips on choosing a dog that's best for you, then you'll definitely want to see how to choose a dog. Thanks guys, subscribe because I've got so much great content coming your way soon.